So what happens when you want to dry your car in the safest manner, add some slickness, add some world-class gloss, don't induce any scratching into the paint, but you do not have a corded or cordless blower? Now what happens in that case? Like I said to you, I'm going to do this video to kind of showcase the traditional and old school way of doing it. So in this instance, I'd like to welcome you to the secret weapon that every person should have in the UK. This is the world's first shaved double twist loop drying towel. Now, double twist loop is a technology that's been out for a while, but what we have took is an already fantastic fiber. We have shaved it to reduce the volumetric weight of the towel. And believe it or not, this is actually, we did it only for the weight kind of saving purposes. It actually helped to increase the absorption rate of the towel, because actually the loops themselves, you know, the twist loop, that's the way it looks. Basically the weight was dropped, but when you're drying a car sometimes, and especially in the heat, the plusher you go in the towel, sometimes you can actually, what's the best way to describe this is, in the heat when the water starts to dry, you want a little bit more of a samurai sword sort of kind of analogy. And this is exactly what it is. I'm not saying a twist loop was ever a super plush towel. However, if the loop was say a centimeter and we've cut it to 0.25 of a centimeter, we've just reduced it by, again, 75%. So if you do have any kind of streaking or some water spotting, this will cut through it so well. So you haven't got a blower. You're hopefully in the shade. So whether you have a garage or you have a nice little area where you're hidden away from the sun, this is what I would recommend. In fact, I'll say it before, if you don't have shade. So if I was to dry the car outside, I would literally do it panel by panel. If it's windy, I would do it into the towel. If it's not windy, I would do it directly onto the paint. I would do this. If I open the trigger, I would do this and dry it, right? But the fact that I'm inside, the car is cool to the touch. What I'm going to do is fine mist of the drying aid everywhere. Now I'm hoping you are seeing that the water is beginning to run. Break the word. I like breaking words in car care. Drying aid, it's your aid in drying. I'm not saying the car's going to be bone dry, however, it will just give it that little bit extra runoff. Now, the most important thing is you're putting down now a micron of slickness all over the paint. You're adding a gloss enhancer to the paint. This way you don't have to go back around the car a second time when it's dry. And again, the safety factor is absolutely huge. Now I'm going to bring you in a bit closer and show you the power of this. Now white is a pig to show it on because you can't see anything. But for example, glass being a different color. Oh, thank you so much. And that is what you do with a drying towel. Now, again, my famous words, you cannot feel the slickness over the camera. Of course you can't. However, take my word for it. The towel right now has got so much slip and slide that you will not believe. Oh yes. Because the old school guys, now I'm not being ageist, but you know the people who say, I polish my car every 2 weeks. You don't polish your car every 2 weeks, brother. But those guys, they're actually the type of people who will dry the car organically. And I mean organically as in with a towel, no drying aids, no nothing. And then they will take, you know, I don't know, spray wax, let's say, quick detailer, spray sealant, and they'll go back over the car and they will continue doing that for the lifetime of the car. Now, does that hurt the car? Realistically, no, but you've got to remember that the two worst things you could do to a car, and this is actually how bad it is, as car guys, we want to do this 24/7, is actually washing the car and of course drying the water after we wash the car. So that being said, you're basically telling me that when I want to wash my car, I'm damaging it. In essence, yes. And yes, the pre-washers help. The snow foams help. The super slick car shampoos, they help. But eventually, I'm ready to argue this point with absolutely everyone and anyone. There is no product on the market that will do a touchless wash. Even like the really bad ones, right? There'll be something left. If you look at it from a microscopic level, there will be some sort of dirt left, which means you have to contact wash the car. Contact washing your car over any level of dirt will cause micro scratches. And that's the same thing with really kind of, well, I'm going to say with microfiber, but with high-end microfiber like this, it's not cheap, you know, custom made, all those type of things. It's still technically an abrasive. So as I was saying about the old school guys, they don't look at it that way. They're like this, Mr. Miyagi style, wax on, wax off. Whereas what they should be doing, because they're washing their car at maintenance level 11 weeks out of the 12, for argument's sake, is they should be doing what I'm doing right now. It's called the drying aid method. And if you look, I'm just, because obviously the car's now slick, I'm just holding the towel in place. I'm not doing any heavy rubbing. I'm just letting the technology of the towel do what it's designed to do. And I'm literally just the guide. I'm the conductor of the train. But this towel is a self-driving train. It's just doing its own business. And this is why I wanted to film this video. I wanted to showcase a good maintenance wash on a car that I have never seen. And what better way? It's just proven to me, proven to you, that irrespective of what car it is, even the most horrific banger with mold everywhere, your only concern is adjusting dilution ratios. The actual process, it doesn't change. So whether you need to use citrus neat or not neat, that is completely up to you. And that is, of course, a case-by-case basis. And the same kind of goes with the drying towel. I have showcased so many times, you know, the blower method and the drying air towel method, which, by the way, is still the very best way to dry your car. However, I do realize some people's budgets are just not there, or they're saving up for the blower and the foam plus and all these type of things, which will help you so much. But before you do that, literally, take this towel, take a little bit of drying aid, and you will have a fantastic experience. Well guys, I would say that was quite a successful little mini trial series. I haven't done anything, what's it called, super proprietary on this one. You've seen me do this 1,000,001 times now. My friend Michael and Gemma, you know, they've done me a huge favor. I can film a little bit of content, I can do a little bit of development on this car. They've got a favor back from us. They're going to get a clean car when it's of course finished, because there's going to have to be a lot of interior work done, all that type of stuff. And on the back of that, you may see in kind of whenever in the future, it's an interesting car this. Of course they use it more and more, kind of like, you know, during the summer seasons, they're doing probably a lot more mileage in this than we are, say, in our cars. And when we first handed it over, Gemma probably got a little bit of makeup on the leather seat or whatever it is. We haven't yet deciphered what it is. And I think that will probably make a good video as well of how to get makeup stains from leather seats. Now this is quite high-end leather as well, so I can show you what to do if you're not sure if it's cheap leather or expensive leather and you don't want to damage anything. So I think this car will probably be another 4, maybe even 5 videos broken down into some niche stuff. But for now, in terms of the maintenance washing stuff, this is done. Off camera, we're going to be doing a little bit of development work on whichever surface. I'm not going to tell you which or what it is, you know, it could even be hardware testing. So I think I've given enough hints there. So liquids and hardware, and those videos will probably get to see the light of day 6 months, a year, 2 years in the future. Who knows if they even will get to see the light of day, but we're going to film them anyway. There's going to be a little bit of membership stuff on Instagram as well being filmed in this car. So if you don't know what that is, if you go on our profile, You can subscribe to us for, it's a $5 a month, and you get behind the scenes kind of stuff, where we go, what we do. By the time this video launches, there probably will be, you know, even a custom one-off discount events all through the membership platform. So basically we're giving you back more money than you're paying anyway within the membership, but we're trying to keep it really super exclusive. So if you are interested in that, that is on Instagram. But I will ask you one final favor. Let me know what you think about the idea. Do I open something like this up for, you know, the general public? Let's get the cars in, do testing, filming, all that type of stuff. Again, as I said, it is going to be cherry picked, so it's not going to be a sausage line in here. That is not what we do, and that's not what I want to do, so that's never going to happen. But if you do like the idea of this, or even if you're potentially thinking your car can be put forward to it, comment down in any of the videos within the series, or this video specifically. Let me know, even with a thumbs up, I'll appreciate it. But hope you've enjoyed this series, and I'll catch you all soon. Thank you so much.